Good evening, all. We're doing the live thing again. Hello, chat. Hello, chat. I have with me the usual pair of ugly so-and-sos. Hello, chaps. We have Joker and we have Iman. How are you doing? How you doing,
everyone.
fellas?
Oh, we're doing good.
Good,
Yeah.
thanks, mate. How are you?
So on in chat tonight, in addition to these two fellas here, I can see Mr. Baker, I can see Halakar, Straw Piglet, and here's Keith. So Slan's video the other day reminded me of the spell to create golems, as small as which is straw. I think one of the priestesses of Marika needs to have a straw golem of a small pig. Yes, Straw Piglet would be happy with that, and I think Manfred would be happy with that as well.
Okay, now.
Wow.
Just spilt my hot water bottle all over the place.
So you're in your shed with your hottie botty, are you?
Oh, with me hotty botty, is that what you call it?
Hottie botty, yes.
Well, it gets a bit cold in shed, you know, so just need a bit of warmth.
With hottie botty. Right, so Manfred's already there, the little boy who loves the aardvarks in the temple. So will the golem of the piglet end up being pig food? Or even aardvark food? Don't know. Silly. I mean, no, he could have a few pet pigs. Could Manfred could have a pet pig as well, couldn't he? Then again, aardvark does mean earth pig, so yeah. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense. Yeah. Right. So how is everybody? Are you all well?
I'm alive.
That's a good way to look at it.
Good start.
Yeah. We have an Omen Owl as well, who's showing off some cooking by the looks of things.
They were just giant chicken Kievs,
Those are fucking giant. Whoa.
Well, they're about the size of a softball each, so.
The giant Scotch egg.
Chicken and garlic.
It's chicken, garlic, and butter. No, ye old geek couldn't take the butter, but
That's why I said I like the chicken and the garlic and the breadcrumbs.
Scrape the butter out.
so that's what makes it so good. If it,
I know.
When you cut it in half and the butter just oozes out. Oh, man.
Oh, well, yeah, that's great. But then the other part is I also like when it's cold, so you just get to eat this big slab of seasoned butter in the middle.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I know. Yo, geek, I'm sorry. You didn't get that mutation. You're just a plain,
I used to eat chicken Kievs. I used to love chicken Kievs, but they don't love me now.
Oh well.
Oh well, indeed. Oh well.
Unreciprocated love.
Yes. You can't get your chat to work on your PC, Gene. I can see your chat. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and Hungar's booting people in the nuts again. It's something he does with alarming regularity.
It'd be weird if he didn't. We'd have to ask if something was wrong with him.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a big imprint. He's got these boots with steel toe caps, which have just got testicular imprints on the end of them now because he's hoofed people so often. And Hungar, the mighty Hungar.
Is it size 10, size 12? Oh, yes, it's
Cheers, Hungar. Thanking you.
He's like, I know we've not started yet, but I'm going to channel my inner Justin.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes. It's a dangerous thought. Hungar channeling an inner Justin.
So where was we left, Chief?
Where were we left? Ooh, right. We were choice number 97 by the looks of things, according to my my thingies here. Right.
I remember us like meeting up with the cavalry and going somewhere, and that's the last thing I remember.
Yeah, that's what I remember as well. Right, I'm just going to drop my hood down. I should be able to hear you a bit better now. The only reason I had my hood up before is because it was cold, and when I put these headphones on to begin with, they are freezing cold. But they warm up. They warm up, right. And I have a little heater on. So that's my heater is my hottie botty.
I was just about to say.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we had arrived at a keep, which was it looks like a bridge that's being besieged. And then we see the prince locked in combat with a large grey creature called a Gorgaz. There is the Gorgaz with a big axe attacking the prince beneath.
Ooh.
And we're at the decision point here. So I'm not going to read the whole thing again because it's 2 pages of text.
Yes.
Mercurius has been a member for 8 months. 1 more month, Mercurius, and you'll be giving birth.
Well, I'm afraid what he's going to birth. That's the real question.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Right. Thank you, Mercurius. Thank you, Mercurius. Yeah, we went with the cavalry to meet their commander. The fort had been attacked. Yeah, that's about where we are. That's where we are. So we'd come to a decision where we have to. The prince has just fallen wounded with a black arrow in his side. He was doing okay against the Gorgaz before that, but we now have an option here of defending the wounded prince or running away.
Well, we're pretty kick-ass with our combat skills, so I say we fight.
I'm not as good as
Yeah.
Mercurius, but I'm about 3/8 as good.
It's just about. Isn't this about time for your first scan? Is it IQ?
Yeah, my first trimester's over.
Anyway, no, I didn't think it was the way you were looking at it. No, I'm in a weird mood tonight. Normally I'm in this sort of mood. No, I think the reason why I'm in this sort of mood is I was looking forward to a lovely lie-in tomorrow, and then just arsing about and playing games. And my colleague who covers alternate Saturdays for me at work can't come in this weekend, so I've got to work instead.
Oh boy.
So what you're saying is you've gone a bit doolally because you know you have to work and you weren't preparing to.
I've had a busy day at work today, and I'm going to have a busier day tomorrow. I was looking forward to having this weekend off because it's payday weekend here, so it's going to be a busy weekend in the shop. So I'm like,
Yes,
I'm going to be off this weekend. No,
No, you're not.
no.
Denied.
So,
Wait, sorry, what was that? John wants to have time off? Nope.
she says she's got a bad back, and yes, she does have issues with one of her discs on her back. I have basically told her when I'm going to Canada, you're covering for me no matter what. Don't care. So there.
That's
Right.
Choices.
Choices. Okay.
Fight the Gorgaz.
Hungar wants to run away. Halakar wants to save the prince. Mercurius wants to save the prince. What do you chaps here want to do?
Save the prince.
Save the prince and kick ass.
Yeah,
That's
save
right.
the prince.
So we've got 5 votes for saving the prince, including kicking ass. Just Hungar being a wuss.
Oh, he doesn't want to boot the enemy in the nuts now.
No, he
Not
doesn't.
just yet.
He wants to run. He's channeling his inner Justin because he wants to go left. So he's running away left.
Well, saving the prince is on the left, so
Is it? Oh,
no, I don't know.
Chew gum and say everybody else is saying save the prince. Hello, Coco. So yeah, everybody, okay, apart from Hungar. So we defend the wounded prince. 10 to 255. Are you following on in your book as well, Omanel?
Yes, I have it on my book, but of course I'm on page For me, it's page 387 on my book.
Right.
And I think we have slightly different art. So
Well, I've got the original Gary Chalk art. Have you got different art by some other author or other artist?
yeah, well,
Yeah, he's got the deluxe edition.
yeah, that's
So, I mean, I do recognise this image of a Gorgas. So I have.
I mean,
seen
not
it
that
come
anybody
across.
can see it because Mercurius is still straight across the bottom, but
I know.
Yeah. Well, no, he's paid $2 for that, right? So,
No, I know.
go on. There we go. There we go. Let's see your art. No, I prefer mine.
I don't blame you. I actually like the other one too.
Right. Your heart skips a beat when you see Pelethar scream and falter. Sensing victory is imminent, the Gorgas raises its great axe and strikes a mighty blow at the prince's visored helm. One of the prince's court guards pushes him aside as the black axe whistles down. His swift action saves his wounded lord from being decapitated, but in doing so, he sacrifices his right hand and forearm to the blade of the axe. Hastily, you set off down a broad marble staircase leading to the piazza below at a run. And miraculously, your speed and dexterity carry you through the supporting ranks of the enemy before they realize who you really are. You hurry towards the parapet wall at the end of Pelethar's battle line, to where the enemy is only 3 ranks deep. The Gyaks fighting here are oblivious to your deadly approach, and you're able to cut down their rear rank before they can react to your presence. You shout your battle cry, for Sommerlund and the Kai, and use a fallen Gyak as a springboard to launch yourself into the air. The bloodied line of Pelethor's court guards hear your battle cry above the din of the fighting, and a cheer goes up when they see you come leaping over the enemy heads. You hit the flagstones just beyond the line of court guards and roll over to lessen the impact of your landing. Through the smoke of the battle, you see the Gorgas taking a scything sweep at the wall of court guards now protecting the wounded prince and scattering them like leaves in a storm. The Gorgas strides forward and raises his axe once more. Weakened by his arrow wound and powerless to fight back, Pelethar snatches up a discarded shield and raises it to protect himself. The Gorgas utters a disdainful laugh when it sees Pelethar cowering beneath the shield. It knows that it will not save the prince from the crushing impact of the razor-sharp axe. With his bodyguard torn and scattered across the ground, only you can save Prince Pelethar now. Without a moment's hesitation, you draw your weapon and attack the mighty Gorgas. The creature that you now face is one of a race of cold-blooded reptilian creatures that dwell deep in the treacherous Marken Maya swamp. Their favourite food is human flesh. The Dark Lords have employed this murderous beast to lead their assault on the Alima Bridge for 2 reasons. Not only is it fearless and formidable in close combat, it also exudes a scent which sends Gyaks into a state of battle frenzy. Under the influence of this odourless musk, they will fight without fatigue or any regard for their own safety. Solnaris, the prince's broadsword, lies at your feet. You may pick up and use this weapon if you wish. This exceptionally crafted broadsword, a gift from the Magician's Guild to the House of Ulnar, will add +2 to your combat skill when using combat, or +4 if you possess the Kai discipline of weapon skill with broadsword, which we don't, or sword, given its surprising lightness. The Gorgas is about to strike at you, and you must fight him to the death. Right. Okay. While I was doing that, are Australian dollars made of Vegemite? To which he replied, Australian dollars are made from drop bear skins. Hungar has gifted a membership. Who got that? Who got the membership? Anybody?
Well, let's see. I'm looking. Let's see. Table Winner Crispy.
Don't know who that is.
No, neither do I. But that's what it goes by. Table Winner Crispy was gifted a membership by Hungar.
Table Winner Crispy, whoever you may be, you have got. You say thank you. Say thank you. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Hungar, and Crafting Gamer's arrived. Hello, Crafting Gamer. How are you? And there's no Saurian as well. So Yes, you definitely have to turn Australian dollars upside down to spend them.
Or flip them over twice just so they get both sides.
So there we go. Right. The Gorgaz has combat skill 20, endurance 30.
Fucking hell.
Absolutely. Those are the words that came to mind. The thing is, now we've got this broadsword, we have combat skill 21, endurance 21. So we're going to need some good rolls. We're plus 1, which gives us a slight advantage. Here we go.
Ooh.
No. Oh.
But we still do
That's-
more damage. Yep. Well, almost.
Enemy -4, us -5. No, that's not good.
Ooh.
So I'm going to write it down here. Gorgaz as 30. So, okay, let's keep fighting. We want some high rolls here. We really do want some high rolls, not ones. 5 is a bit better. Enemy -8, PC -2. That's leveled things out a little bit better.
14.
John, you can just click the little reroll up there too.
I can do. Yeah, I should do. Enemy -6, PC -3. It looks like we're winning because we have got a slight combat advantage, but
12 to 11.
10,
12 to
yes.
11 us.
Yeah, we've just won. That's enemy
Nice.
-14. Enemy 14, PC -0. So we've
that's a good roll.
lost 10 points of stamina in that combat, but we have beaten the Gorgaz. So yes, you can see my rolls now that I'm using Owlbear Rodeo.
Oh yeah.
I like the battle mechanics in this. They're a lot more succinct than Final Fantasy, which tend to drag on a lot.
Yes, the combat mechanics in this are much faster, and I like them. I do like them a lot. The massive Gorgaz crashes dead at your feet, gushing green blood from the mortal wound you have opened in its chest. Its evil followers hiss at you with anger and spite, but then their bravado suddenly evaporates as they flee the Durnstone, turning and running in a chaotic mass towards the safety of the Alima Mitre. Quickly, the prince's bodyguards regrouped to form a protective wall with their shields around you and their wounded leader. Black arrows whisk past your head, parting shots from the hateful enemy. The dying prince looks up at your eyes and says, "Brave young Kai, we came as quickly as haste would allow. The enemy flee, yet they will return. Stronger than before, though we shall deny them a crossing here. They will march upon Holmgard by the longer road." His life is fading. Prince Pelethar spends his last breath to say, "Take a message to my father. The king must seek that which is in Durinor, or all is lost. Take my horse and ride for my father's citadel. Go quickly, brave Kai. Ride like the wind. May the luck of the gods ride with you." You bid a sad farewell to the prince. If you possess Solnaris, the prince's broadsword, you now decide to give it back to its legitimate owner. So we lose that +2. Mount his white steed and head south along the forest path. The battle still rages behind you as the prince's men fight off another assault on the massive bridge. So the prince died. But we heroically gave them a chance. And we scream at them, "Is that all you got?" Yes. Remember, we have the healing skill, so that last one heals us 1 point. The prince's horse is indeed a magnificent animal, fast and sure of foot. You gallop along the forest highway until the noise of battle has disappeared far behind you. You are hungry and must eat a meal during your ride. We don't have to. No, we don't, because we've got the hunting skill. But I think it might be a good idea right now to eat one of our Larm Spur to give us +3.
help us back up in case there is a combat encounter around the corner.
Yeah. After several miles, the woodland highway comes eventually to a junction where two smaller roads head away in opposite directions. There's a wooden signpost lying beside the road. It has recently been hacked down and defaced so that the destinations are no longer legible. Do we have the Kai discipline of tracking? No.
Never heard of we have.
No. If you do not possess this skill, you can leave this junction and follow the highway to the left, or you can continue by way of the highway heading off to the right. Okay, we are at a T-junction, effectively. Left or right?
Ooh, do we have a map here?
There is one in the book. You have the book.
Well, I have one. I'm trying to figure out where we are. Well, that doesn't help. I kind of would say it's to the right, but I can't quite tell because I saw the bridge, and the bridge is to the south. So if we go left, I'm sorry, we should go left is my guess. We should go left.
Yeah, we took camouflage, which we haven't been able to use yet.
It'll
We
be
kind of thought we would have.
So,
I think there was a chance for us to use it, but we took the other option.
We're going through the brambles. I thought we might have done.
Right, I need votes from both IQ and Joker. Come on, chaps. Left or right?
Left.
Left.
I don't fucking know. I'll say right. Go on then. I'll be contrarian.
Contrarian.
Be decisive. Go the other way. Why don't you?
So, go on, chat. Left or right? We're at 3-3 at the moment. Oh, yes, Piglet. Yes. Okay.
What?
Piglet says, had we taken animal handling, we would have a tracking stoked by now.
For God's sake.
I like Halicars, though. Combat isn't about who is right. It's about who is left. So we go left.
The animals, not us.
True.
Okay. Oh, so we've got a straw piglet left and a law dog right. Hello, law dog. 5-4 at the moment. Closely related to. It's not a war crime the first time.
What is it? A war accident?
Yeah, the first time. Yeah, it's a war accident the first time. Didn't mean to. Sorry.
And then Coco, no sorry and say left. So
Right, we're currently at 7-4 for left. So it looks like left is going to get it. Okay. Coco and Nosorian took it from 5-4 to 7-4, and Gene takes it to 8-4. There we go. I don't know who the fat electrician is, so I give credit to you. I give credit to you for those quotes. And Mercurius is off again. Dun, da, da.
and long shot just got it.
Who got it?
Long shot.
Who was it who had a hit with a long shot, kicked the bucket?
Oh, I can't remember, but I know the song. It was a one-hit wonder, if I remember rightly, weren't it?
I think it was a ska band of some sort.
Yeah, it was more or less a one-hit wonder, though, weren't it?
Gene, will know.
Apparently,
Gene,
it's the Pioneers.
the Pioneers, right?
Yes.
Gene didn't have to Google that. I knew the song "Long Shot Kick the Bucket." But... So we're going left. 32. I bet Gene is a nightmare in a pub quiz. I bet he has. That's where I know it from, Gene. The specials cover version.
Yeah.
I know the Pioneers had it. Now you remind me that the Pioneers had a hit with, but the version I know is the specials.
I think everybody more or less knows what the specials covered.
Specials were great.
Yeah,
Great band. Too much too young.
indeed.
You have ridden
No,
about
Don't be
3
allowed to
miles.
make a band with that name these days.
Specials. You have ridden about 3 miles along the Timberland Trail when, in the distance, you spot the unmistakable silhouette of 5 large doom wolves. Riding on their backs are Gyaks. They seem to be going on ahead to where the path leads down to an open meadow. Suddenly, one of the Gyaks leaves the others and begins to ride back along the path towards you. Do we hide in the undergrowth to let him pass, or do we fight him?
I say hide, and we might be able to use camouflage.
But
Ooh. You know a song about Starling Kick the Bucket? Is that a... I wonder if it's a piss take or long shot kick the bucket. Right. So what have you said? Hide. You want to hide? Both of you two want to hide.
right.
5. Hide. 1 hide, 1 fight. Okay.
I mean, if we, yeah, let's hide. If we took camouflage, let's use it.
That's why I thought, yeah.
If we get the option to.
Fight.
Sounds like it.
Hide.
There's
Fight.
a chance to
Hide.
fight 5 doom wolves with Gyaks riding on their backs, and we don't have the +2 weapon anymore. Yeah.
Hide. Oh, right. We're definitely leaning towards hide. Best song I know about gambling is the Pogues' Bottle of Smoke. Great tune. Chorus goes 20 fucking 5 to 1. Me gambling days are done. I bet the horse could bottle of smoke and my horse won.
My mother can't stand. My mother can't stand the guy from the Pogues.
Oh, I saw him live back in about 95 ish.
Yeah.
And he was drunk before he came on stage and downed a bottle of wine in a 45-minute set and had to get carried off stage. It was.
I think that was more or less.
Entertaining.
I was going to say I think that's more or less his normal state, weren't it? Because he always sounded it on records.
Yeah.
Is it like Dan?
I think Shane McGowan would give Dan a good run for his money.
Do you reckon?
Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore.
Sadly not. Where is Dan tonight? Dan, you were there. If you are there, do you reckon you could outdrink Shane McGowan?
Not
I say
twice
no.
if you're here.
Right. Hide in the undergrowth, let him pass. Huh. Best song about gambling is the Whitlams, an Australian band, Blow Up the Pokies. Well, I've not heard of the Whitlams. I've not heard that song, but it sounds interesting. Right. Bravely hiding. I don't think it's given us another chance to use camouflage again. No, it hasn't. Oh.
What is this?
Waste of a choice. You hide behind some thick bushes so that the Doom Wolf and its rider will not see your white horse. Luckily, it works, and the beast lopes past and vanishes down the track you have just come along. Do we attack the remaining 3 Doom Wolves now, or do we now press on deeper into the forest? Oh, of course, Kenny Rogers, the gambler. Know when to hold.
Oh, yes.
Know when to fold. Know when to
We should
walk
go in the
away,
forest.
know when to run.
Deeper into the forest, and what was the other option?
Fight or forest?
Fight or forest. Oh, well, I'm going to call fight.
Hello, Richard. You're going to fight. Iman?
Ah, there's still 3 of them. Forest.
Press on, deeper. Daniel's arrived with 5 memberships.
Ah, we have summoned Daniel. Oh, thank you, Daniel.
Ah, his
Oh,
ears
wow.
must have been burning.
Thank you, Daniel. Your ears must have been burning.
Look
James,
at Daniel,
the
Daniel
Flush,
Hungar,
Alan
and
Gardner,
Mercurius.
Kevin Lamb, Corbin Dallas.
We didn't get Lilu.
Any recognizable names getting those memberships?
Not that I can tell. We got James S, The Flush, Alan Gardner, Kevin Lamb, Corbin Dallas.
James S, I believe, has commented on videos. I've seen his name somewhere.
Right.
But thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. What's our
Hungar,
health? Our
Mercurius,
health
and
is
Daniel being generous as always.
our health is back up to 19 because each time we go through a passage, we heal.
We rest.
One,
Yes.
we heal one back with our healing skill, so we're back up to 19. So we're in a good state. Hello, Palmetto. Right.
Wait, I
Right.
thought you said we were going to eat something. Did we do
Yeah,
that?
we
Oh,
had
did
some-
that. Okay.
Yeah, we did that. That got us 3 back.
Yeah, we had a Lumspur meal. So
Halakar, you're so well behaved when your face is on stream. Give you a keyboard. Give you a keyboard and twitch your camera off. And you become that naughty child in the back of the class. Right.
I feel like I'm kind of like that as well. Like when you just text on a screen, it feels like you can get away with saying anything.
I just blurt. I don't know if you know me. I just blurt.
Ah, the pleasures of having no filter.
I've had to train myself to not blurt, but I'm there.
Verbal diarrhea, as they say.
Yeah.
No, it's called not having any filters.
I have a little bit of vino tonight, not too much. Right, so what were we doing? We're pressing on deeper into the forest, pressing it deep into the bush.
Ooh. Ow.
You spur the prince's horse to a gallop and race him deeper into the forest. This is a fine war horse, agile and strong. By far the best horse you have ever ridden. Although the ground is a tangle of briars and roots, he never once falters. The Gyaks are soon left far behind. When you judge it safe to do so, you slacken the pace, then bring your mount to a halt, allowing him a few minutes to rest. The light has faded fast and night is almost upon you. Okay, we have 2 choices. We have, do we want to press on ahead, or do we bear left, which is the same direction as the path that we left far behind?
We don't want to do that then.
That's all.
We don't want to go in circles.
So press on ahead or bear left. Ahead.
Press
or
on.
left. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Oh, we're getting full up today.
Yeah, we're flop. Okay,
We really were
left.
full on
Okay.
John's anniversary stream.
Yeah, we had 8. My anniversary stream on Wednesday.
I'm guessing that's the total number you can get to on here, isn't
10.
it?
10, I think.
10's the maximum.
Oh, because I was lurking, waiting to be come in, but
I didn't see you lurking. You didn't appear on the
Did you
lurking
not?
board. You didn't appear. You didn't appear down the bottom on the lurking board. There is a lurking board at the bottom.
oh well,
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. I didn't see you.
I was there for a couple of minutes. I thought you were too busy chatting to notice, so I went.
Oh, if
was
you're only
the
there for a couple
last
of, if you're only there for a couple of
It
minutes.
was the last hour after my improv course last night.
Ah,
Yes, this person's learning improv.
How's that going?
Very good. Three
Oh.
more weeks, and then we do a performance
Ooh.
8
Right,
till
only
9
one
in the
but-
back. 8 till
Only one-
9 in the back theatre.
So that should help with your gaming as well.
Well, that's the idea.
That's the idea. Yeah. A bit of
I
confidence.
don't know which one's helping which at the minute.
Both? Both?
I think they'd help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not the same, but they.
No, I know which one I get more fun out of, but I am growing on the D&D side. Yeah.
There's, as they say, transferable skills, isn't there?
That's what they say. Yes.
It's true, though.
So
Anyway, pressing on.
I mean, look, I play in John's Call of Cthulhu game, which is nothing like Bear's Palladium game, but the things that I learned there helped me in Palladium and the things that
Oh, yeah.
Speaking, I hate to go off subject for a moment, but John, today I was going through YouTube and there's a guy, I'll look into it a little more, but all it was Maker, and he had a list of the Cthulhu monsters by category or legacy, or I don't know how they term them. I didn't get a chance to look into them because I was doing, but I'll have to try and find it. And because with you running the game, it was kind of like a monster manual, but online for Cthulhu.
I mean, the thing about Call of Cthulhu with me is most of the enemies are human.
Yeah, but this
but you've got to have something a little bit weird, okay?
yeah, it was pretty neat. I didn't get a chance. I was busy, doing.
Do you remember his name, Daniel?
It was Maker on YouTube. So all it was Maker. That's why I actually kept it up on my screen. So I'll go back and make sure, either at the end of tonight or else tomorrow morning or afternoon, I'll try and give you more information. But it was Maker. But it was pretty neat. I just didn't have time to look at it.
Richard would like to know, Joker, if you're going to record your performance.
Who wanted to know that?
I think
Richard.
I found it, Dan. Is it an 8.5 hour video?
Eh? Who wanted to know that?
Richard wants to know. If you're
Oh, I
gonna
don't
record
know
your-
if it's going to be recorded or not. I don't know.
Well,
Dan, I think I found it. Is it this 8.5 hour long video?
8.5.
I'm not sure.
It says, hang on. The complete Cthulhu Lovecraft mythos. And it's by Maker.
That might be it, yes.
8.5 hours long, yeah.
I hope there's some timestamp things in there. Right, okay.
All right.
Where did we
Pressing
go?
on.
Where did we go? Oh,
Went
press on
deep
ahead.
into the
didn't we?
forest, I think. Or press
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Halakar wants to know if the first name of the person who made that video is Duya.
That's a good one. Good song.
Dear Maker.
Yep.
You have covered about 2 miles when the trees ahead begin to thin out. You can see a lake ahead and a small wooden shack perched on the edge of its shoreline. A cloaked and hooded man steps out from the shack and approaches you. As he comes nearer, he offers to row you and your horse across the lake for a fee of 2 gold crowns. If you have the Kai discipline of 6th sense, turn to 296. You
We have
sense
that one?
you sense that something is very wrong here. With fighting going on all around these parts and the forces of the Dark Lords drawing ever closer, why has this ferryman decided to stay and continue his service at the lakeside? You focus on his face, but the detail of his features is hidden by the shadow of his hooded cloak. You feel a strange aura of evil about him and swiftly decline his offer. You spur your horse away from the ferry house and its mysterious operator. You follow the shoreline for over an hour until you reach the far side and then continue on your way from there. The light is worsening as night draws in. Yes, we do have Sixth Sense. We have Hunting, Healing, Mind Shield, Sixth Sense, and Camouflage. Whoa, camouflage. Night falls, and you are soon engulfed by a total darkness. To press on now would be both pointless and dangerous, for you could easily get lost or fall foul of some hidden enemy. You decide to get a few hours' sleep and continue at dawn. Tethering your horse to a tree, you find a comfortable place to rest nearby and settle down to sleep. Pulling your warm Kai cloak around your body, you slip into a deep but troubled sleep. But you can recover endurance points. It says we can recover 3, but no, we only need to recover 2. Turn to 18. We're now back at maximum endurance. You are awoken by the sound of marching troops. You climb to your feet and start back towards the lake in the far distance. Focusing your keen eyes on the shoreline, you are able to make out a column of black cloaked figures. They are Dracarim, and they have with them, as an escort, a pack of doom wolves with Gaiac riders. A Kran suddenly appears above the distant trees and comes down to land on the roof of the ferry's boathouse. He's being ridden by a figure dressed in a hooded red cloak. The cloaked Kran rider appears to be conversing with the leader of the Dracarim column. After a few minutes, the column resumes its march around the shoreline, and the Kran takes to the air once more. It comes flying across the lake on a course that will bring it close to your hiding place. Aha! We have an opportunity to use camouflage.
Camouflage time.
Here we go. A bit of camouflage.
Drum roll.
Camo. You coax your horse to lie down, and then hastily you cover him with branches and handfuls of loose foliage. Once this wise precaution has been completed, you lie down beneath some bush. You lie down beneath a leafy bush, Kate's bush, and listen to the approaching wing beats of the Kran.
Careless whisper.
The creature and its sinister rider pass directly overhead. You peer upward through the bush and watch as they circle about in a wide arc. They are making a search of the area. After several minutes of circling overhead, they finally retreat back across the lake to rejoin the marching Dracarim. You are fearful that you may have been spotted, and so you decide to leave quickly. You pull aside the cover you used to hide your horse, mount up, and spur him away through the trees as quickly as you are able. Hello, you're wrong.
So we managed to camouflage our horse as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's nice, yes.
It must be a big shade.
As you push on into the forest, you hear the wings of the Kran pass above the trees and disappear northward. You ride on for nearly an hour until you come to a clearing. On the far side is a track that leads off to the south. Do we enter the clearing to take that track to the south, or do we avoid the clearing and so we can skirt around it under the cover of the tree line and then pick up the track further along? So basically, do we go straight through the clearing, or do we go around the clearing?
I'd say around.
Yeah, go around.
You've had your votes. Now we wait to see what chat says. Halakar reckons we go around the clearing. I'm going to pour myself a glass of vino.
Halakar can't resist a bit of bush.
Yeah.
I hope you can't hear my little heater I've got here, but it's
No.
enabling me to not have my gnome hood up.
Your hoodie on?
I've still got layers on. I just haven't got my hood up. Okay.
I can't hear it all.
Good. Keith says through. Halakar said around. Straw Piglet said through. We're at full health, but he wants to fight. 2 around. No, there's no perception roll for traps. Around. It's not a British ale, sadly. It's the rest of my. That's what I was drinking the other night. 19 Crimes Australian red wine.
Oh, is that new brand?
I have no clue. No clue. I had it bought for me. I'm quite enjoying it.
It's like that black bottle with like the sort of Peaky Blinders looking logo. The guys on it.
I'm wondering if that's Ned Kelly on there without his helmet.
I see one for going through the clearing, and everyone else. And Keith. So Straw Piglet and Keith are through. Everyone else is around.
It says here, download the Living Wine Labels app to discover their stories. Who's this? I don't know who the... Is that Ned Kelly? And only pictures I've seen of Ned Kelly had a big beard and big metal helmet. So I don't know. Oh, what's a good British ale? What's a good British ale? There's a lot of really good small breweries around.
Local ones,
yeah. But if it's going to be quite a big one, I quite enjoy Old Speckled Hen. I also like Timothy Taylor's Landlord. That's nice. Ruddles County is another decent one. And then there's the stronger ones, things like Theakston's Old Peculiar. That's a good one.
I've literally only heard of the first one.
Speckled Hen.
Old Speckled Hen.
Hobgoblin's
It's the most common one.
Yeah. I know that one.
There's from the same company that do Hobgoblin. There's one called Goliath, which is slightly weaker than Hobgoblin, but I think it tastes nicer. Yeah, Witchwood Goliath. Yes, a very.
They should make one called David and make it slightly stronger than Goliath.
Or it's a little tiny bottle, and you drink it, and suddenly you get a headache.
That's like from Pittsburgh, there's Iron City. And my step-grandfather used to drink it all the time. He'd do 1 quart in the afternoon, 2 quarts in the evening. And every once in a while, he'd say, hey, sit and have a beer with me. And I'd have maybe half a cup, and I had a headache. That just did not agree with me. Now, mind you, I can drink half a bottle of vodka and not have an issue, but Iron City always gave me a headache almost instantly, like within 10 minutes.
I was going to say a couple of months ago, there was an ale in one of our pubs called Tom Jones.
Was it unusual?
Well, to be in a pub, yeah.
Well, actually, it's not unusual.
Right. I mean, Daniel, that sounds like me with gin. Gin doesn't agree with me.
Yeah.
So we're going around by the looks of things. 118. Possibly my biggest, my stupid drinking session when I was a kid. So I was 18. went to a party, bought a half-size bottle of vodka to go to the party. I was staying overnight, and was trying to impress a girl and drank it all. So went to the we call it the off license, you call it a liquor store. Bought another half bottle and drank that as well. My recollection of the night ceased sometime around 10:30 at night.
And I assume you did not impress her.
No, not unless she was impressed by projectile vomit flying everywhere.
And
Or
half on a dress.
yeah, I woke up and I was underneath the sofa. I'd crawled into a gap in
Underneath?
the sofa. Underneath, yeah, there was a gap underneath the sofa. I'd crawled into it, and the first thing I said when I stuck my head out from under there was, "Who stuck those sandwiches to the ceiling?" And everybody in the room went, "You did," and I was like, "Oh." I had no recollection of it whatsoever.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that made an ass of themselves.
I did, yeah. I mean, I was only a little guy. I couldn't really handle my drink then, and I did the equivalent of a whole bottle of vodka in about 3 hours, and it was just like gone completely. Right, okay. You join the trail and spur your horse to a gallop. You race down this long, straight forest trail, and as you come to the crest of this gentle ridge, you catch a glimpse of Holmgard on the far horizon. Its high walls and tall spires are glinting in the morning sun. This woodland path arrives at a junction with a broad highway. You recognize this road. It's the main turnpike which connects the northern port of Turan to the capital, Holmgard. Confident now that you're heading in the right direction, you set off towards the south. As you ride the highway, you keep your eyes peeled for signs of Kran in the clear morning day. Turn to 224.
I don't know if this book's more
Needless to-
forgiving or if we're just picking all the right things.
We seem to be. Needless to say, I don't really drink. I haven't really drunk vodka since that day. So
Well,
I'm not surprised.
if it makes you feel any better,
Events like that do things to you like that.
I once I was in a total stranger's house, and I thought we were getting raided, so I slid under the bed.
mm-hmm.
I woke up at like 10 o'clock the next morning to the person kicking me saying, "Hey, we gotta go."
Oops.
I slid under the bed and passed out.
What is it with people going under beds and under sofas?
I know. I don't know. That's the first place you look.
I've completely lost where we were. I thought I was going to go to
Was it 224?
224. Okay.
I
Yep.
think so.
You have ridden. This doesn't seem to follow, does it? You have ridden for several miles and have seen no sign of refugees or enemy soldiers. You continue to ride as fast as your horse will carry you until you find yourself approaching a high ridge. You feel confident that you will be able to see the capital from this high vantage point. That's fine. Yeah. As you crest the peak of the ridge, the sight that meets you on the far side is one that fills you with hope. But you quickly discover that there is also a new challenge which must be overcome. Dun, dun, dun. I can believe that, Halakar. Halakar, that is the person that I have become. I wasn't one of those then, but that's the person I've become.
Halakar, that happened to me more than once. I had to call off work one time because people making a billboard out of my forehead.
In the distance, you see the tall, grey-white walls and glimmering spires of Holmgard. The colourful banners of the city's guilds are fluttering from the battlements in the fresh morning breeze. Stretching out toward the east, the mighty river Eladil wends its way from its source to the Derncrag Mountains, through the capital and out towards the broad estuary of the Holm Gulf. When you turn your gaze toward the distant western peaks of the Derncrags, There you behold a sight that blights this magnificent landscape. Hovering amongst its jagged mountain tops like dark and malevolent storm clouds are swarms of Kran. They are mustering their numbers in preparation for an attack on the capital. In the narrow mountain passes below these swarms, you see vast columns of enemy troops on the march. Clearly their intention is to assault and lay siege to Homegard. You estimate that the main body of their vast army is no more than 2 days' march from the city's walls. The King's Highway from Homegard to Turan crosses the fertile rolling plain and farmlands surrounding the capital. At a gallop, you reckon you'll be able to reach the outer field works of the city's defences in under an hour. But to do so on horseback would entail having to cover several miles of open countryside without any protection overhead. This will make you vulnerable to attack from the air by marauding Kran. You ponder the alternative routes that could bring you to the capital and determine 2 other options. Nearby, you can see a small river. It is the Don, a tributary of the Eladil. It wends its sluggish way across the plain and flows into Eladil less than a mile from the walls of the capital. If you were to abandon your horse, you could use the gentle current of the Don to carry you downstream towards the city's outer defences. The river's banks are steeply undercut for most of the way, and they would offer you some cover as you approach the fieldworks. Or is the final alternative? Situated between the River Don and the King's Highway is a vast burial ground. This place is called the Graveyard of the Ancients. It was constructed many centuries ago in an age before the Sommerlending laid claim to this land and transformed it into the fertile wonder you see today. The tombs and crumbling monuments of this ancient necropolis would certainly conceal your approach to the city, but it is a forbidden area. You shiver when you recall tales you have heard about the nameless horrors which supposedly lie here still, in restless sleep, waiting to corrupt and consume the unwary trespasser. Okay, so everybody, you have a choice. Highway, river, or graveyard?
Graveyard.
Yeah, let's die now, graveyard.
No, I think highway.
The smart me says go river, but the reality of it is I always pick the graveyard whenever I play.
That's fair.
Okay. Sure, Piglet, is that a vote for the graveyard? Coco B is going for the graveyard. Richard's going for the Grace Yard. Hello, Mr. Baker. Lord Dog says highway Norolim Asfaloth Norolim.
Yeah, I'm not sure why anyone wants to go highway. I mean, hey guys, let's go on open ground while we have flying beast above us. So
yeah, I agree. Let's do that.
So at the moment we have 7 votes for graveyard and 3 for highway. We're down to just 12 people watching. Oh, we were. What did we peak at in this one? 15 or 16? Yeah, 12. I need to get some makeup and some wigs for you lot, don't I? So you can look more attractive for our lovely chatters over here.
Why throw up for our 2 female viewers?
There we go. Joker's a harlequin. Graveyard it is then. Graveyard it is. 3, 2, 9. As you descend the ridge toward the graveyard of the ancients, you become aware of a strange mist that swirls all around this grey and forbidding place. It rises up from the fissures in the ground and from out of the cracked and crumbling tombs of this cursed necropolis. The heavy air is damp and foul and redolent with decay. It feeds a blanket of low cloud which keeps the graveyard locked in a perpetual gloom. With growing trepidation, you make your way toward the broken gate. As you draw closer, the creeping chill seems to penetrate your very bones. You're less than 100 yards from the shattered entrance when your horse becomes startled, and no matter how much you urge him on, he refuses to go one step nearer to this dreadful place. Reluctantly, you are forced to abandon your horse and continue your final approach on foot. Doesn't sound ominous at all, does it?
That's why I wanted
No,
to
but
take the
carry
highway,
on.
because the other two ways we had to leave the horse.
Yeah, that's right. The highway would keep the horse. But would we have lost our life? That's the thing. You pass between the main gate's broken arch and realize at once that your passage through this graveyard is not going to be an easy one. The ground is broken and covered with thorny grave weed. This wicked briar snags your cloak and claws at your legs as slowly as you wend your way as slowly you wend your way between the ancient crypts. The clammy air is difficult to breathe. The sickly sweet gases that are seeping from the open crypts seem to carry with them the haunting murmur of distant whispering. The sounds are very faint, but they torment your ears and fill your mind with sinister shadowy images. Carefully you make your way between two ancient pillars, parting the tangled grave weed with your cloaked hand. Then suddenly there's a loud rumbling sound, and the ground collapses beneath you. With a yelp of fear and surprise, you drop down into a dark void amidst a tumble of loose grey earth and stone. The graveyard.
Oh, the graveyard.
The graveyard. There it is.
Doesn't look very smashed.
Yeah.
Probably
For a
no one
graveyard,
told
it doesn't look very
haunted.
smashed.
No. Well, the headstones are lying at an angle in that picture.
It was a graveyard smash.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I get the joke now. Bobby, Boris, Pickett, and the Crypt Kickers.
Yes.
You are winded by the fall, but not badly. Lose 1 endurance point.
Bring it on.
You have dropped 15 feet or so through the fractured roof of an underground tomb. As the dust settles, you see that the walls of this burial chamber are fashioned from a slick black marble, which is seamless and slippery with damp. You are unable to climb back to the surface this way. Cursing your ill fortune, you look around the gloomy chamber in hope of finding some other way by which you can leave. As your eyes become accustomed to the grey half-light, you notice an arched tunnel in the east wall of the tomb chamber. Set close to this archway is a sarcophagus, its domed lid carved with the name and likeness of some ancient noble. I didn't know Bad Manners did a cover of that. I love you, yes I do, because I know that you love me too. Special brew, Bad Manners. I love you, yes I do, because I spend all my money on you. My wife used to think that was just a jolly love song until I told her the song was called Special Brew. It's all about booze. Right. If you wish to use the Kai discipline of Sixth Sense, I think we should. Your special Kai sense is screaming a warning that this chamber has now been occupied by an invisible entity which is wholly evil. Alerted to the danger, you turn towards a tunnel and leave this cursed tomb as quickly as you are able. Right. Sixth Sense is pretty useful, isn't it?
Oh, it's a must-have.
Did you have Sixth Sense when you came down here? Or no?
Abenel's not replying.
For what?
Oh, I thought my internet.
I said Sixth Sense is a must-have, and I was like, okay.
Right. The walls of this tunnel are dank and slimy, and trailing cobwebs brush your face as you explore its murky depths. You can feel a panic beginning to knot your stomach as this fetid passageway gets darker and darker. At length, you come to a junction where the tunnel meets a narrower corridor crossing from north to south. Okay. Sadly, the dwarf can't tell us how deep we are. North or south? Those are your choices, everybody.
South. North.
So I heard one south and one north then.
Yeah.
That's right.
6
Doing
feet far and rising.
Daniel,
South.
north now? South? Okay.
Yeah, south. Yeah.
North, south, north. Omanal?
I'm just going to stay as it is. So I'm not going to say anything.
You're not going to say anything.
That's right.
Halakar reckons thinks the castle is south, so we should go towards it. Okay. Straw Piglet says flip a coin. Okay. I'll roll a d6 for Straw Piglet. Odds north. Oh, okay. Okay, don't. I was gonna
The south will take it.
So I'll take it, yep. So we're at 6-4 now. 6-4 for South. Any more votes? Piss off with the perception. To be honest, I do get them to roll perception checks when we play MERP. But it's harder to get a full success there. So it doesn't always tell them a lot. So, and with that, you have to drive home, Halakar. Have a safe journey home. Good evening.
Drive it like you stole it.
No, don't drive it like you stole it, because Daniel's a bad influence.
Don't
How
listen
many
to
people have
Daniel.
you-
He can't learn from his own mistakes.
Well, you know the proverb, try and try again.
There you go.
No,
Yeah, God loves a trier, eh?
Yeah.
Is South
So-
still winning?
South is still winning. Yes, yes. South has won. South has won. Not by a lot, but it has. Turn to 100. This chillingly cold corridor gradually descends before making an abrupt turn towards the east. Cautiously, you peer around the corner and see a greenish glow which illuminates the tunnel in the far distance, revealing engravings on its walls and ceiling. Cautiously, you examine these curious etched prints. You recognize them to be Chianti hieroglyphics, the picture word language of a species of supernatural beings that first appeared in your world, Magnamund, over 6,000 years ago. The engravings seem to tell a story, but you are unable to fathom their meaning. Now you wish you had paid more attention during Master Amber Owl's tutorials in the ancient history of Magnamund. If only your esteemed master were here to see this, he would know their meaning, and he would be enthralled by this discovery. The only memory of his teachings about the Chianti is that they were once a powerful and goodly group of beings, some of whom were tragically corrupted by the agents of Nar, the king of darkness. Goddess Ishir, whom the Chianti worshipped, then sent them away in exile to a remote isle where they were forbidden from ever having contact with humankind again. Assisted by this eerie light, you're able to make faster progress. and soon you come to a place where the passageway opens out into a large chamber. The strange green light is emanating from a big stone bowl that rests atop a granite throne. On a plinth in front of the throne there stands a statue. It has the appearance of a winged serpent, standing upright on a ridged tail and curved into the slender shape of a large S. Right. Hello, Victor. We have... Correct. Nobody watches the tutorials. You're wrong. You're right there. We have an option here. Three options.
You're wrong, you're right.
Do we wish to sit on the throne? Do we wish to examine the statue? Or do we wish to look for an exit?
Any of the top two.
I'm going full on Conan. Let's sit on the throne.
Oh, no. No,
So-
inspect the statue, I think.
You think you're going for the statue?
I will be happy with any of the top two.
Let's
Just don't want to find the exit.
His feet hurt. He'll sit. No.
Well, sideways with the feet over the arms.
Oh, okay.
Cheers, Chris. Richard's going for the throne as well.
So we see 2 for examine the statue. We have, I guess, 3 for examine the statue. And then we have at least 2 saying sit on the throne.
It's one of life's pleasures, sitting on the throne with a book.
Oh my god.
It's
what
So
my
you
Grandpa-
realize
grandpa- That's what
so
my
you realize your
grandfather
brother-in-law's a
used to
meth
say.
dealer.
I'm gonna go. sit-
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
2 more thrones.
Yeah, we
Two more
got,
thrones, yes. Throne is now winning 4-3.
that's right. Well, at least you're not praying to the throne. That's it, you know.
No.
there you go. Yeah.
Is there a
Just a little-
magazine next to it?
That's where you keep a copy of an Earth Arcana, isn't it?
Yep.
Next to the Morning Standard.
So, 2 votes for Space Canuck Man is here and voting for the statue. Hello, Space Canuck Man. And
You're wrong,
vote for the
statue.
You're wrong, statue. You're wrong, statue. Statue. You're wrong.
And no dogs.
Right, we're at 5-5.
And
Wow.
no dogs says throne.
If it stays level like this, then Joker, you're going to have to commit one way or the other.
Ah.
I'm gonna.
No, I said
Oh, right.
I
You
said
said
any
either of the
top
top
two.
two, didn't you?
What was that, Omanal?
Inspect the throne.
I can
Inspect the
inspect it.
statue.
I was about ready to say, let's sit on the throne.
Okay. We're at 7-5 now for Throne. 18 people in chat now. Wow. Where did
Welcome
you all come
back.
from?
It's the
Welcome
timing.
back.
They're all getting off work.
Ah.
That or else they're done making dinner.
Uh-oh. It looks like we're at
Ah.
8-5 for throne now.
We are, yes. And
That's
as soon as I
right.
say we're up to 18, 2 people drop off. They realize they've got to make dinner.
That's
Or
why,
they, need to, or they need to go and sit on their
Don't
throne.
remind them. Don't remind them. Don't remind them.
that's why we don't have Kelsey tonight. Is because I don't have to cook dinner.
Oh, bless her.
Ah. But, Daniel, do we have Kelsey? Do we?
No, this is her weekend with her mother.
No. I
I can
need-
join as Kelsey. I'll give you one person.
There we go. I wonder about your alter ego, Daniel. Oh, in the UK, just getting back. No, look. If you go to the pub in the UK, the pub closes at 10. Or the bar closes at 11. 20 minutes drinking up time. 10-minute walk home. Home for 11:30.
Yeah.
Unless you're old like us, at which point you're tired by 10 o'clock and you need to go home for 9 eyes. Right. Okay. Sit on the throne. As you sit down on the throne and rest, blah, 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 blah. As you sit down on the throne and rest your weary legs, the stone serpent very slowly moves forward on its plinth. A cold sweat beads on your forehead, and nervously you reach for your weapon, with trembling fingers in case a serpent should suddenly animate an attack. A red, forked tongue appears from the stony head of this strange statue. It arcs over your head beyond your reach and then dips into the bowl of green light perched on the high back of the throne. Slowly this tongue re-emerges, grasping a golden key. To your surprise and amazement, it releases this key, which drops into your lap. A moment later, the stone panel in the east wall clicks open to reveal a previously hidden exit. You pick up the key, record this as a special item.
Ooh.
Golden key to go with our crystal star pendant, which allows us a reroll. Haven't used yet. Okay. And you leave the chamber by means of the secret passage as quickly as possible. Excellent. Sitting on the throne was the right thing to do.
Decent. That reroll, was it once per day? Or once per book?
Once per book.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
Very
only
generous.
use it once per book.
Very generous. Yeah. Okay. The narrow corridor ahead gradually ascends. As you reach the top of this slope, a stone portal slides aside to reveal another passageway directly ahead. You step through the opening, and the portal closes behind you with a heart-stopping bang. Turn to 23. Ooh,
That's it.
big piece of artwork.
Ooh.
There's a keyhole. I wonder what the key's for. Very
There's
elaborate.
somebody
keyhole.
at the door.
Somebody at the door, indeed. So, the corridor soon widens out into a large hall. At the far end, there is a stone staircase leading up to a huge door. 2 black candles on either side of the steps dimly illuminate the chamber with an unnatural light. You notice that no wax has melted, and as you get nearer, you can feel that the candles give off no heat. Ancient engravings cover the floor, the walls, and even the ceiling of this chamber. Anxious to leave this evil tomb as quickly as you're able, you examine the door, hoping to find a latch. An ornate pin appears to keep the door secure. But there is also a keyhole in the center of its ancient lock plate. Okay, we have an option here. Use the golden key. We haven't got mind over matter. Or do we remove the pin? So, golden key or pin?
Ken,
Use the key or pull the pin and let the door blow up.
I'm thinking since we always frag everybody on Saturday morning, pull the pin.
I'll use the key.
All right. Key from Iman is being sensible.
Okay.
Richard goes for the key.
Okay.
Joker?
Okay.
Key.
Normally, people my age would go for keys or anything but sensible.
You were very brummy there, Joker, when you said that.
Key.
Key.
And the key.
Key.
We'll have a key here.
Oh, yes. That's a Birmingham accent.
I think the keys have won.
I think the keys are
I mean, the brumminess does come out occasionally, not very often.
no, Joker, with you, it's you're from Smithwick.
I know. I'm stuck in the middle between the Black Country and Birmingham.
Yep. And Americans in Britain, the term Black Country is not racist. Because it was a coal mining area back in the Victorian times.
That's okay. I live in the Black Lands, and that just refers to the soil.
Yeah. The Black Country has the strongest accent.
Yeah.
Yam
Well,
yams.
between that and Dudley.
Yam yams. Okay, key is on 8, pin is on 1. It's only Daniel who wants to go for the pin.
I was going to say, who's the dangerous one?
Daniel,
Daniel just wants to go scorched earth at this point.
I'm so curious to find out what happens if we pull the pin, but you know. It's one of them. There's two options I'd like, but we're going to take one. So you know.
carefully, you insert the golden key and turn it clockwise. For a few moments, you hold your breath. Then you hear a dull click and exhale with a sigh of relief. The key has worked. Having now successfully unlocked the door, you grasp the top of the securing pin and pull it out from the brackets. For a few moments, you hear the quiet ratcheting sound of small stone cogs rotating, and then the large granite door slowly swings towards you on its hidden hinges. Remove the golden key from your special items.
And put it back in your pocket.
The grey half-light of the graveyard floods into the tomb. Outside the door, a small flight of stone steps ascends to the surface. These steps are overgrown with black grasses and graveweed. You draw your weapon and use it to cut your way through the spiteful foliage, suffering several small cuts to your legs and to the back of your hand as you hack out an escape route. Lose 1 endurance point.
Yeah, we'll get that one back pretty quick.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Finally, you emerge once again to the necropolis at a place close to a narrow pathway which is sandwiched between 2 black stone mausoleums. Looking down into the hole from which you just escaped, you see that the tomb door is slowly closing. A cruel, inhuman laugh seems to rise out of the very ground on which you're standing. It reverberates around the misty graveyard, sending a wave of panic coursing through your veins. Shivering with sudden fear, you turn away from the hole and run as fast as you're able towards the south gate of this evil necropolis. It's Fenalik arriving.
Roll for sanity.
Yeah, make a sanity check.
No, it's Friday. Come back Tuesday. Look, you got the wrong day. Go away.
Yeah. Bugger off, you pervert.
What are you talking about?
Yes. Oh, you're warm, you are. I like warmth. The most sick and twisted villain in any Call of Cthulhu adventure.
So far.
The book only hints at his depravity, but those hints are enough to set me off, making it even worse.
You don't need
The book
much
just says
encouraging.
he likes warmth.
The book just says he was thrown into the asylum because of his incredible depravity. And if you play Reign of Terror, it has a scene where he is putting freshly decapitated heads of animals onto partygoers and then forcing the partygoers to rut with each other.
Yeah, I remember that all too well.
Dude, and I thought I was a twisted mother, whatever.
Yeah, so that just gives me the excuse to really make him even more grossly unpleasant in Horror on the Orient Express.
Daniel just puts on, presidents and prime ministers' heads on people.
To be fair, Dan, this guy's basically you, but in like the late 18th century.
Okay.
Ooh,
all right. I agree with that.
No, I'm joking.
Ow.
But I am
That's
fun
thing.
to hang out with at the bar on a Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yes. Yeah. Richard, Call of Cthulhu can be quite messed up, and there are certain enemies that when people say Chaosium is kowtowing down to modern attitudes, I think they're just giving a little nod, because the quality of foulness of the enemies hasn't diminished. The enemies are still absolutely depraved. So they're just paying lip service. That's all they're doing. The moment you pass through the graveyard's south gate, you feel as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. The cleaner air clears your lungs and your head, and the feeling of fear and dread that has haunted you ever since you set foot in the necropolis now melts away like snow in spring sunshine. Revitalized by your sudden escape, you pick up your pace and settle down into an easy run towards the distant perimeter fieldworks. This high log wall extends all the way around the city and provides home guard with a defensive line running parallel to the main city walls. As you head towards a sentry post, you begin to hear the excited shouts of the guards stationed all along the log wall. Whoever remembered that this was south was the way to go, well done. They are cheering you on. You give thanks to Kai and Ishir that they recognize you, for you must appear a ragged and suspicious figure. Your cloak is torn and hangs in tatters. Your face is scratched and blood smeared, and the cloying grey dust of the graveyard of the ancients covers you from head to toe. It is only when you are splashing across a shallow stream less than 100 yards from the gate to the sentry post that the full horror of your graveyard encounter finally catches up with you. Your heart begins palpitating wildly, and all the colour drains from your face, leaving you feeling nauseous and with a ghost-like pallor. The last thing you can recall before shock and exhaustion rob you of consciousness is falling forward into the outstretched arms of two Sommerlending soldiers who have run from the sentry post to help you. You may wish to note in your action chart you have survived the perils of the graveyard of the ancients for future reference. Okay.
Yay. We will make said note.
And turn to 268. You black out for only a few minutes before you're revived with a measure of strong spirit. Feeling weary but thankful to be alive, you lean on the soldiers of the king's men and you stagger towards the outer defences. Turn to 288. It's got a bit of linearity at this point of the book. There's not many choices to make here. I do apologise for that. I know Dracula had that from time to time. But, certainly with these books don't have quite as many choices as Fighting Fantasy do.
I'm assuming this one opens up in the later adventures.
I don't know. We'll see.
We will find out.
Because it'd have more
As
choices
you,
based on your previous choices, no?
Maybe. As you are making your approach towards the walls of the fieldworks, a watchful lookout spots you and informs his sergeant. A trio of grim-faced soldiers are sent out to intercept you, fearing that you could be an enemy scout attempting to sabotage the weak spot in their defensive walls. Hang on. I thought the soldiers had already recognized me. The soldiers are armed with loaded crossbows, which they train on you as you get closer. Rather than run the risk of being shot by your own side in error, you raise your hands in a gesture of surrender. Oh.
Yeah, I thought they recognised us.
Didn't we just fall into their arms?
We did, yeah. Where did we just come from, Omanal?
I don't know. Remember, my numbers are different than yours.
Well, the last thing you said, we came out, and we got recognised by.
Yeah. That's odd.
And then you said something about a lot of stuff to read, and then misplaced that I'm reading.
Did you change the number somehow, or?
I don't know. No,
The one that you just read was a really short passage.
It was, yes, and then just said go to 289. I'm sure it did. Yeah, 288. Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit disjointed here. Although they do not try to disarm you or confiscate any of your equipment, these wary Sommerlending soldiers never once lower their crossbows nor take their eyes off you for a second as they escort you back to the wagon gate. It is not until you're inside the perimeter fence and delivered into the hands of their sergeant that your true identity is recognized.
Right.
Yeah. The battle-weary sergeant immediately orders his men to lower their weapons. My liege, he says respectfully, where are the Kai? We are in desperate need of their battle skills and leadership. The enemy press us most cruelly at the outer northern wall, and our casualties are mounting high. Sadly, you inform the brave soldier of the fate that has befallen your kin, and the urgency of your desire to see the king and report the calamity. He is visibly shaken by your news, dumbstruck by the shock of it. He motions to his men to return to their battle stations on the outer wall. Then he asks you to follow him while he tries to locate his commanding officer. Burps. Eventually, he finds the officer, a young lieutenant, in English, lieutenant, busily overseeing the reinforcement of the river barges. When you tell him your account of what has happened and how you have made your way here alone, he too is visibly shocked by the dire news. With a trembling hand, he signals to his sergeant to go and fetch 2 horses. While you're waiting for his order to be carried out, the lieutenant offers you some food and wine from his backpack. We're back up to maximum endurance.
Hey.
You are finishing your meal when the sergeant returns with 2 saddled horses. Ahead, young lieutenant motions you to join him. And together you mount up and ride towards the main gate of Home Guard. 129. Did you see my new logo thing for this stream?
Mm-hmm.
Is it all right?
That's all
Thumbnail?
right.
You know, shit, isn't it? Because I haven't got a clue.
I thought it was funny.
I made it with Paint 3D.
Well, it's just missing one D.
Yeah. Between the perimeter defences and the high stone walls of the capital, there is a wide area of cleared land known as the Home Guard Pale. The shanty dwellings that pepper these outskirts are usually occupied by petty criminals cast out of the city as a punishment for their crimes. Now it is crowded with farmsteaders and villagers that seek sanctuary. The broad highway leading to the main city gatehouse is choked with traffic, and with each passing hour the chaos worsens as the first refugees from Tehran appear in their hundreds. The sergeants of the Home Guard garrison try desperately to keep the highway open, for it is the only means by which troops can pass from the city to reinforce the northern perimeter. It takes you and the young officer an hour to reach the city gatehouse, a ride of less than 2 miles. Waved on by the hard-pressed gatehouse guards, you pass through the archway and the tunnel and into the tunnel beyond, 100 yards in length, and then emerge into Venus Square. This grand plaza usually serves as a marketplace, but today it teems with so many desperate people that you can barely glimpse its famed flagstones of pink Palmyrean marble. You and the officer finally halt outside the doorway of the main watchtower. Do we continue following the officer? Or do we feel we stand a better chance of making our way to the King's Citadel by ourselves? Officer or on our own?
The officer.
Follow.
Follow the officer.
Yep, follow.
People keep telling me about Canva and I keep forgetting about it, so I should try and use it, shouldn't I? Cheers, Piglet. Cheers, Piglet.
It's what I use.
Canva.
Mm.
Keith's on his own saying go on his own. Bah, didn't come out right. I blame wine. I'm having more wine. I shall finish this bottle tonight. It will help me sleep.
Keeps just saying it
Little
like
old
a northerner.
wine drinker me. Little old wine drinker me.
Stay with it.
Don't let the ball let you down.
Tomorrow morning when you can't play for shit, I don't want to hear you whining.
I said,
You'll be working.
Whining.
Whining, haha. I'm going to be at
Whining
work
right
tomorrow,
now.
Daniel. I've got to work tomorrow, Daniel.
I'm batching it this weekend.
Bastard. bastard.
yeah.
No, I originally had this weekend off. I normally work alternate weekends, and unfortunately, my colleague who does the other weekends has done her back in. And I had a phone call yesterday to say, John, I can't come in this weekend.
Yeah, my boss had a relative pass away, so I've been playing mini boss all weekend. Or all week.
Ooh.
I should say. So I know what you mean. Yeah, it's
Looks like mew. Looks like we're following 7-2 for following the officer at the moment. Can't see that changing.
No.
It's only Palmetto and Keith who want to go on their own, but they've been outvoted.
Keith was just saying it like a northerner. Go on his own.
Go on
Goes on your own.
On his own.
Aye. When I was a lad.
When I were a lad. Get it right, Joker. When I were a lad.
I had a cardboard box.
I lived in cardboard box. Lived in cardboard box at end of street.
You were
I was lucky. I was.
You were lucky to have a box.
I know. I was lucky to have box. Most of the others didn't even have box. They had a little piece of paper or maybe a chip wrapper. Right, okay. Staying close to the officer, you follow him through an arched portal and up a short flight of stairs to a long hall. Soldiers run back and forth, bearing orders on ornate scrolls. 2 officers stationed around the city wall. A haggard and scar-faced man dressed in the white and purple robes of the king's court approaches you and bids you follow him into the citadel. Do we follow this man, or do we decline his offer and return to the crowded streets?
Follow him.
Follow.
Lead and follow, follow and lead, lead and follow, follow and
Oh,
lead.
I heard a cat.
I know.
You.
Yeah. He agrees. Follow. Oh,
Joker, I want to hear you shout, Sharon.
dude, I'm gonna.
Sharon!
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 Sharon! The bloody
The
cat
cat's
shat
fucking
on the
shitting
bed.
again!
The cat shat on the bed again.
Has anyone seen that clip where a reporter asks Ozzy if he's sober now? And he's like, sober, then? Yeah.
I'm just
at all.
I'm just
him, but I like but I like his music. So it's like just shut up and sing. That's
yeah. I am glad the Osbournes have got their series back, even if it is on YouTube as podcasts, weekly podcasts.
I think he's a genuinely funny bloke.
He is.
Genuinely funny guy.
What gets me is he can't speak clearly to save his life, but when he sings, he's amazing.
Yeah,
For
but
a
it
short
really
time,
makes
his
sense
voice
when he
gets
was
tired.
singing, but you know.
His voice gets tired now, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, he's about dead. I hate to say it.
Well, I was going to say he's proud to admit the fact that he's fucked up his voice from a young age with all the drugs and drinking that he did to where he is now.
David Coverdale was the same way. The whole reason David Coverdale got his lead singer job, and he even admitted it, was because all the whiskey and coke that he did changed his voice, and that's why they hired him, was because he had that dark, raspy voice. So yeah,
I mean, it also don't help Ozzy with the mental health that he had in the in the last 10 or 15
Yeah,
years.
there's that also. Yeah, but
That might be drug induced, but I mean, my
Oh,
boss,
definitely. Or definitely quickened. One of the two.
correct.
my boss saw Black Sabbath in about 2018, 2019 for their final.
Oh, when they
last
did their reunion.
Promise. Yeah, he saw them then, and he said he was impressed how Ozzy managed the length of the show, but he wasn't hitting the high notes as well. And towards the end of the show, it was obvious that his voice was tiring.
He was getting tired. Yeah.
Hello, Manfred. How you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you're well.
I was going to say his last solo album was good, Black Rain.
I'll have to look that up. I haven't heard that one.
Anyway, we've got to choose here. We've got to choose whether we follow him or go back to the streets. Keith wants to go back to the streets. Everybody else is saying follow him.
Yeah.
Follow.
I've only got 5 votes here. 4 for follow, 1 for back to the streets. Palmetto says
I think everyone was distracted by Sharon.
Sharon.
I'll have to put that little clip in the Discord so people can see it if they've not seen it. It's literally just 8 seconds. It's so fucking funny.
What, Joker shouting Sharon?
No, of Ozzy being asked if he's sober.
I think we should clip out Joker shouting Sharon as well, because Joker's disappeared. Joker's gone for a wee. When he gets back, ask him if he washed his hands.
Probably got Sharon to do it.
I would like to see 8 seconds of me being sober.
That's the first 8 seconds when you wake up in the morning, Daniel.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I was going to say, was that 30 years ago?
Well, maybe 40.
Yeah. Right, we're at 5-2.
That's why I don't get hangovers. You stay drunk.
So basically, your logic is you just keep drinking and the hangover will never catch up to you.
Correct. Yes.
Your liver has already been booked in as a specimen for examination.
John, I'm 53. My liver's 95.
You follow the man into a small library off the main hall. He pushes one of the many books on the shelves which line all 4 walls, and you hear a metallic click. One section of the bookcase slowly slides back to reveal a hidden passage. You walk for nearly 10 minutes along a dark and winding corridor, and then start to climb a steep staircase to a small wooden door. The man presses a secret catch, and the door opens. You enter a large, plushly decorated bedroom with a huge marble bath that takes up one corner of the room. The man suggests that you refresh yourself here while he seeks an audience with the king. You quickly bathe and change into some white robes that have been left out on a large marble table. Shortly, the man returns and leads you through a long corridor lined with exquisite tapestries. You finally arrive at a large door guarded by 2 soldiers wearing silver armor. You're about to meet the king. Turn to 350, and this is the last one in the book. We have completed this book.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Holy hell.
Let's go.
That doesn't happen too often. Normally, we give up after 3 or 4 tries.
If it's anything like the Sorcery books, the 4-part series, the first book isn't that bad, but it really gets more expansive choices and stuff.
We failed the first Sorcery one at least twice on this stream.
Yeah.
Did you?
No deaths. You enter the Chamber of State, a magnificent hall decorated lavishly with works of art and the battle banners in the House of Ulnar. The king and his closest advisors, including Chancellor Golden, are studying a large map spread upon a marble plinth in the center of the chamber. Also standing beside them is Princess Madelon, the king's beautiful youngest daughter. Their faces are lined with worry and concentration. The king gives you a formal greeting and then requests that you tell him your news from the Kai Monastery. A silence fills the hall as you tell of the death of your kinsman and of your perilous journey to the citadel. When you finish telling your story, the king looks to his chancellor and his daughter and shakes his head sorrowfully. We must prepare for the worst, he says. Let us pray that Ishir and Kai will deliver us from the evil of the Dark Lords. You have not told us your name, brave Kai, says Princess Madelon. Sir, you begin. After a moment's thought, you finish your reply. Lone Wolf. My name is Lone Wolf. The king approaches you and takes your right hand in his. Lone Wolf, you have selfless courage, the quality of a true Kai. Your journey here has been one of great peril, and although your news comes as a grievous blow, the spirit of your determination is like a beacon of hope to us all in this dark hour. You have brought a great honor to the memory of your masters, and for that we praise you. You receive the praise and heartfelt thanks of the entire hall, an honor that brings a certain redness to your young face. The king raises his hand, and all the voices cease. You have done all that Sommerlund could have asked of a loyal soldier, but she is greatly in need of you still. The Dark Lords are powerful once more, and under the leadership of Archlord Zagana, their ambition knows no bounds. Our only hope lies with Duranor, within Duranor, with the power that once defeated the Dark Lords an age ago. Lone Wolf, you are the last of the Kai. You have the skills. Will you journey to Duranor and return with the Sword, the sword of the sun? Only with that gift of the gods may we crush this evil and save our land. If you wish to accept the quest of the Sword, begin your adventure with Book 2 of the Lone Wolf Adventures, Fire on the Water. We will be level 2 when we start. Well, we will be at level 6 effectively when we start. We start at level 5, and we will gain Straw Piglet. Straw Piglet, are you still here? We will gain animal kinship at the start of the next adventure.
All right.
So we can have
Very
some,
good.
might be able to have some stoats, Straw Piglet.
Can Angus get 500 experience points if I say yes?
Well, we'll have to see tomorrow.
Asking for a friend.
We'll have to see tomorrow because
I'm
we're
waiting.
playing tomorrow.
I'm waiting for Angus to get raised dead. That's all I want for Angus.
I am so close to 5th level. It's stupid.
I'm-
Anyhow, I'm thinking we continue on with this adventure. Yes.
Absolutely, yes. We will continue with Book 2 of the Lone
Next
Wolf
week.
series. Fire on the Water, the next one.
It's okay. You only have to do 22 books to finish his whole story arc.
Oh my
Bloody
god.
hell.
I kid you not.
Fire on
Well-
the Water is the next one.
Then we're good till like June or July or August.
Of which year?
Yeah.
We will have a few changes along the way. We will do some other bits and pieces along the way. But yeah, we'll do the next one because I'm enjoying this.
I'm
I'm
just
enjoying this.
happy that we actually made it
Yeah.
through one without dying.
I like the writing style.
Yep. Yeah.
I think he is slightly repetitive in his use of some descriptive words along the way. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
He could have done with having a thesaurus next to him when writing some of it.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. You also need to remember that these are written for like 13-year-olds.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're written for
Okay,
50,
whatever.
52-year-old nerds on a Friday night. That's what they're written for.
Well, wait,
Well, at least one of us is.
wait a minute. They're written for 52-year-olds that still act like 14-year-olds. That's the reality.
That's what it is.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Can I drop the? Yeah, okay. Can I drop the Palmetto XL caption? Yes, I can. Okay. Why? Do you want me to? You can't see Omen Owl or Guns Are Cool. They haven't got their things on. Oh, there we are. We can see Omen Owl now.
Yeah.
What's on that T-shirt, Omen Owl?
A tiger.
A tiger. Oh, a tiger. Oh.
A big tiger.
And then
Yes.
to the back for it. So.
What's on the back?
Oh, it's let's see.
That's pretty awesome.
I bet that T-shirt was quite
I'm not gonna,
expensive.
take it off and go, here you go, guys. No,
No, I don't. Think so. No. No,
Ooh.
Omanel didn't have his camera on, so it didn't matter. Didn't
I
matter.
still have to get a camera.
Sorry, Gene. Sorry. Sorry. Gene, the DM who doesn't kill very many player characters, wanted to see it. That's because on our Saturday
What?
campaign,
The
Gene
player
still leads the death
characters,
count.
player
in 3.
characters.
Gene has lost the most characters in our OSC game.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
He's
Joker's
tied this-
catching up.
I still like you, Gene. Don't worry. Just don't kill me off next time.
Yeah, he just maims them. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I didn't spot this one before earlier. Palmetto. Daniel is on the Keith Richards longevity plan.
Yeah, just don't climb any palm trees.
How is Keith Richards still going? How is he?
After falling off the palm tree, I don't know.
I mean, that guy's done a lot worse than fall out of palm trees.
Wait, what? Did Keith Richards fall out of a palm tree?
Yeah, he decided to climb a palm tree for some reason a
Oh
few
my
years ago
God.
and ended up in hospital. He still survived.
The dude's he's outlived God, and then he falls out of a palm tree.
He's still going though. He's still going. He's still playing. Okay.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. If God was real, I'm sure it was Keith Richards.
I mean, Keith Richards, he can still play. Okay, he's a little limited because of his severely arthritic hands, but he wrote those riffs, and he still plays. He still plays part of them. I know he gets a bit of help when they play live, but
they do the backups and stuff with them. Yeah.
I was going to say most of it's still second nature to him when he gets on stage.
Yeah, it's probably he doesn't even know what he's doing. He just goes up and does it. You know,
I don't think he's known what he's doing on stage for the last 20 odd years.
40 years.
Which politician are you talking about?
What about Keith?
That
What
would
about
be
Keith
my
Richards?
President. They're not my president.
Hey. All I'm saying is that it seems like every politician's that way. I'm not going to.
We weren't
Oh, I
talking
agree.
about politicians. We're talking about Rolling Stone guitarists.
Oh yeah.
Keith Richards and Keith Moon.
Keith Moon was drummer.
Yeah.
Rodney James Dio.
But Keith Moon played with the Who and not the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And did you know that Animal in the Muppets was based on Keith Moon?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Okay.
My favourite Muppet.
All right.
I thought you would be a fan of the Great Gonzo, to be honest.
No, it was Animal I like. There's quite a few that I like, but Animal was my favourite because of how mad he was.
Now the Swedish cook.
I'm
Manfred-
more of a Waldorf or Statdor, you know.
Manfred and Straw Piglet are both have a soft spot for Miss Piggy. We know that.
Well, if you saw my wife, I do also.
I take it she's out of earshot.
Yeah, she's out of town for the weekend.
Yeah,
What about your two ex-wives?
That's why no, my first two were freaking amazingly hot. I married,
But they were psychos. You've told
Yeah,
us
they
before.
were.
They were psychos.
I married this one for love and stability.
Good.
And
It's the right way
That
to be.
doesn't always go with looks.
Palmetto.
She just has to be on that hot crazy matrix and just has to be, you know, lower on the crazy than the.
It's just she's an Italian meatball and I'm an Irish skinny potato. So yeah.
Palmetto,
are
we
the-
play.
We have the typical Irish Italian couple, to say the least.
Palmetto wants to know what we play on a Saturday. We play Old School Essentials on a Saturday, which is basically BX.
Palmetto, join in. That'd be cool.
Yeah, come along and play. come along and play.
Only
The
takes 5 minutes to make up a person.
The link to my Discord, that we play on my Discord, and the link to my Discord is I've been organised tonight and put the link. Cheers, Victor. No problem. I've been organised tonight. I've put the link in the blurb for the video tonight for the stream, so the link is there. If you're not already in the Discord, you're welcome to join it. You're welcome to come on and play. We've got Slan running the game tomorrow afternoon, and me running the game in the evening.
Yes. We need it. We need to make sure that we can head back to town and get some more money, and get Gingerbeard up to level 2.
Yes.
And I need a character. So I don't know who's available to do both of tomorrow afternoon sessions. So I think I'd better have a new character.
Palmetto, it's drop in and drop out. We've got multiple DMs. Occasionally, characters get stuck in an area for a while, and we're trying to line up the times so that we know when characters are available and not available. But we're quite loose on that.
It's just to prevent Angus from being like level 20 versus everybody else's,
Well,
Being an absolute shield.
I am so close to hitting 5th level. It's stupid. And
yeah, well, I wish that you'd taken the hit from the skeleton and then Sorlock eventually.
Yes, because Sorlock was level 2, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah, that hurt a lot. But I will tell you this much: with Raz Volden in your campaign, I might actually hit a level 2 pretty reasonably.
Oh, yes. One thing that kind of sucks, and I'm glad everybody appreciates Angus, but none of my other characters are moving up because I keep playing him.
Yep.
Well, no.
It's like, bring Angus. I'm like, all right. And
hey, we found those potions. We found, don't get me wrong, is when we got all those magic items, we ignoring the experience points we made last week. We made out like gangbusters. No, we made out like gangbusters as far as quality good.
How many experience points did we make last week?
Was
it about
36?
36.
36.
Yes, rolling in it.
But we got every second level spell with Gwen. So I mean that is worth more than anything else. And I think
that's huge.
And while I'm kind of sore that Sorlock died, I'll be honest, Sorlock I knew was going to quickly be outclassed once we get to like 5th or 6th level over time. Yeah. But
he was very useful for the low level work though, because he had
Was there a post on what we did last? I looked yesterday.
Look for Grumpy Old Slan. He has in a text. He has in a text thing. You have to click the text thing to find out what it is.
All right.
But no, I mean, but considering we made out like bandits as far as treasure. We came out really good. And the fact that Gwen survived with 1 hit point when the enemy actually got to attack first, that made a huge difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bilo's level 4 as well. So I mean, but he's not a frontline. Yeah, he's a thief. So he's got about 9 hit points and a dodgy AC. But
wait. We don't count Bilo. Bilo has elves of, boots of elvenkind and a ring of invisibility. He can't be seen or heard. So he does.
Doesn't he have the cloak of elvenkind also?
No, just the boots.
All right.
It's his ring of invisibility and his boots of elvenkind.
Okay, that's what it is.
He's a perfect scout. He's a really good scout. Yeah. So yeah,
but Bilo's awesome for that. I in retrospect, I'm sadly that Sorlock did. Why didn't I send in the retainers, our footmen and stuff to go make sure that everyone was safe? That's what I should have done, but oh well. We have lost no retainers. We've lost characters. We've lost 3 characters, but no hirelings, which is hilarious.
Yes, it's 4 characters have died in the last few weeks. 2 of Joker's.
Yep.
1 of Mark's, 1 of yours.
Yes. I feel sorry for Mark. He didn't even get any experience points, died. He was a lot more careful the second time. But you know what though? I've been arguing with Shadow and Son over certain things because he's like, "Oh, AD&D is so much better." I said, as a game, I think BX is a better game, though we all like the options for stuff.
It's a better
but
casual game.
yes,
It's a good. Basically, Parmetto. The best way to describe our Saturday game. It's very casual. I'm
Very
at work.
loose.
I'm at work half the time, having to get up and serve customers. So,
well, I also think the other part is that you don't have to look at it as your character. The problem is everyone looks at characters, but when you look at the party as a whole, the party as a whole is getting more and more powerful over time, rather than individual characters. I mean, we all joke about Angus, but the fact that we finally got you, Daniel, to get Angus to get protection from evil makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's a good spell. Good spell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I'm just teasing it, because all the time it's like, protection from evil is that good. I'm like, no, in BX it's an awesome spell.
It is. It is. It is. No, I think we're starting to work better as a team. I think
yes.
We are. I mean, if it hadn't been, if the thing had moved and hadn't had a surprise roll, I would have been fine. It's one of those things. And I didn't have to go in the beginning. I know Joker ran in just like I did and died from the ooze.
I survived last week, so
this all happened while I was at work, wasn't it? And I was busy. I was busy, and I came back.
5 times.
Sorlock was dead.
Both times.
Yeah.
Well, he rolled the attack. It was a D6. Sorlock only had 4 hit points when, on average, he should have had 7. So he was at the low end anyway for hit points. Man. So
I can't stop yawning. All right, I'm going to have to bring this stream to a close, I think. Great. We have finished the first Lone Wolf book at the first attempt. I'm going to play through it by myself, I think, and just take some different options and see how it goes with I think we've got quite an optimized character. So obviously we picked the 4 most highly recommended Kai disciplines. So I might choose different disciplines to see how it works.
Healing's a great one.
See how far that thin line you can ride.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this much: having replayed through most of the 1 through 5, you don't have to have high stats to win if you just follow the right path. If you follow the wrong path, then it's a real pain. But a lot of
even fighting that big lizard thing with the axe. Can you avoid fighting that?
I don't know if you've noticed, but even a 0/0 still gives an edge to the character.
Right. Okay. So you still need a little bit of luck with the dice.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at it, the character will still do more damage on average than the monsters will to him.
Right.
I think it balances out about -1 or -2 or something like that, and at that point, it's an even fight.
I like the fight mechanics. They're very, very fast.
It's unfortunate that the RPG almost followed this exactly and gave you more things. They were planning on doing what's called the Bang the Kai disciplines when you get the next level of these skills. Like you get hunt mastery instead of huntsman. You get weapon. You get a lot of these, and I was looking forward to that, and they lost the. I guess Joe Deaver's son pulled it. To create their own stuff, but it was unfortunate because they're doing a really good job with Cubicle 7.
Oh, okay, right. Anyway, I'm going to bring the stream to a close. I'm going to say thank you to my my people here tonight. Joker, you stream on your Time's Up channel. Currently playing something of Eden.
Banisher's Ghost of Eden.
Banisher's Ghost of Eden on his channel. So if you're a Banisher's player, then check it out for his walkthrough.
And also the lovely Suicide Squad walkthrough is already up there.
Okay. And Iman, are you streaming this weekend, Iman?
I am. I'm streaming on Sunday. Hopefully the final part of The Last of Us. So I'm tuning into that. I know Slam's looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
So those two, they play video games a lot better than I do after my disastrous attempt last night. God, I was awful in that. So check out Time's Up. Check out Intellectual Quandary. Also, thank you to Daniel and Omanal. Daniel is a regular on my channel. Omanal is a regular on every channel under the sun. But,
Well spread out.
good to have everyone here and everyone in chat. Thank you for popping by. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Thank you, Gene. Enjoy your trip tomorrow, Gene. And
Yes.
we'll see you next week, I guess. So thank you all and good night.
Night.